Oh no!
No!
Ring! I want that title on my goddamn shoulder.
Welcome everyone to our reaction to the Schmoedown today, which is of course a Star Wars #1 contender match. I am your host, the Grand Admiral Case Cornelis, here, joined by the usual panel of Chris and Nico. And I actually don't know the competitors in this one. I'm sorry. They're very new. I don't know their names, but I know that they were in the 5-way a while ago, and they performed pretty well. So yeah, they decided to give them another chance to show how good they are against each other. And the winner of this will lose to Alex Damon at Spectacular. Is my assumption. Look, it doesn't matter how good you are at Star Wars trivia. Alex Damon is kind of the GOAT.
Kinda, yeah. And look, Andrew Dimalanta and Lauren Kelly both had a solid freaking showing at Celebration. So I'm glad to see that Christian is giving them a second chance to kind of prove themselves, to really go for the belt, and yeah, likely give Alex a good fight that unfortunately still comes out with him on top because yeah. And look, Nico's going to give something about how, like, oh, screw the old guard, get rid of everybody who's ever had a belt. We just want the new blood. But, you know, I'm just looking forward to a good match.
Nico, why is Alex Damon not going to retain the belt? That's spectacular.
First off, it's Laura Kelly, not Lauren.
Sorry, my apologies, Laura.
Secondly, Laura performed the best out of that 5-way behind Joseph Scrimshaw. And that was her first match ever. So she has already won over the fanfare in regards to that performance. And I feel like a lot of people want to see her challenge Damon at the Spectacular, myself included. Dimalanta, he's one of the guys who made it through with the Patreon auditions. So obviously you have to have a pretty strong performance in those auditions to make it to the Schmoedown. That said, his actual performance in the Schmoedown in that 5-way in Chicago, he choked under the bright lights. I think he came in 4th, if I'm correct. 4th or 3rd, but he didn't really have as strong of a performance as he could have. So I feel like Laura, she's gotten over whatever anxiety there is to have on your debut match. And she got through that anxiety in front of a big crowd. So studio performance should be a cakewalk for her in terms of the pressure of the situation. And I feel like the knowledge is probably just more on her side than it is for Andrew. So, yeah, I think she's going to have a great performance here. And I'm kind of hopeful that she beats Alex Damon simply so we can see something that we wouldn't expect.
Gotcha. Look, it is nice to see that an actual that there is a woman actually doing well in Star Wars because we really haven't had that, and especially in #1 contender matches. Well, I mean, #1 contender 5 ways, but not necessarily that she showed herself in that 5-way. So that's at least a good thing. So as you said, she came in 2nd. She performed really well, so I do think she has a good shot at winning this. But she'll probably do the same as Scrimshaw earlier this year against Damon. Put up a really good performance, make him answer his 5-pointer. He answers the 5-pointer. He retains the belt. That's pretty much my prediction for that. But first, we have to get through this match. So let's just start this thing in 3, 2, 1, play.
So much.
Hello, Emma.
That reminds me, I really need to talk tomorrow. Let me write that down.
Ooh. I think I know where that may be going.
Next season.
What the?
You all? Mara, you have got to stop doing that. That's just, yeah.
You have got to stop putting so much lotion behind your knees. Just letting you know.
Weird. Well, you know, just so great that you are here, though, because I did actually have something that I need to talk to you about, which is, you know, I know that you were previously stalking Robert Meyer Burnett.
You can't prove that to a legal definition.
Sure. Except that you actually told me that you were stalking him, but never mind. The point is...
Don't use my words against me. Only I can use my words against me.
Great. The point is that I am not ignoring you, and
I know I've been paying very close attention.
Then
I'm
you
not
know
kidding.
already that I've been taking a very close look at exactly what it was that you were promised, and that was a title shot in New York City, live at the opening event for the Schmoedown season.
Yes, we agree.
So that is exactly what I am offering you, is a spot in the live event in New York City at the opening of the 2020 season, title shot against whoever is the current Intergeekdom champion.
I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta wonder though if, like, I thought we really had a true Ross and Rachel situation here. Like, will we? Won't we? Will we? Do we? But I'm really thinking now that we're almost more like an early 2000s romantic comedy where now that the thrill of the chase is over, am I really still interested in you?
I mean,
In the title shot. In the title shot.
yeah. Can I perhaps entice you with free pizza?
Free pizza.
Free New York City pizza.
Food and drink.
Yeah.
Any drink I want.
Any drink you want. We will make sure that we have it.
Obscure
Gas
Japanese
station.
sodas.
While we will do our best.
Cinesticks.
Okay?
No.
Got it.
China stick.
A girl after my own heart. And apparently my stomach. So, alright, you got it.
All right.
Oh, gotcha. So, I'll see you at your place later.
I would rather not. Oh, also, Mara, I can still. I know you're there.
Do you?
And there's the spoiler from the after show at Orlando.
Nice.
Insane.
Welcome back to the movie trivia Schmoedown. We are, Mark, we're almost there. It is almost that time of the year where we get to the spectacular. All the titles are on the line, but we need to find a #1 contender for that Star Wars championship held by
Yeah, we need to start
Alex
this
the Demon
team tournament,
Damon.
too.
And we got two
They
contenders
will.
here today. Mark, it's going to be a good one.
It's going to
later
be an
this week?
incredible matchup for this #1 contender.
Next
slot.
week.
You know, Christian, there's a lot of great science fiction fare
We're
out
getting
there.
Smets
You have your
versus
Star Treks
Chandru
of the world,
on
you have
Friday.
your Krulls.
Oh.
But Star
Ooh.
Wars is the only one that we do matches year-round here at the Movie Trivia Schmoedown.
So
And
they're
boy, do we
essentially
have
just getting
two
the Intergeekdom
knowledgeable
Star Wars
subjects
stuff out
here
of the way
today,
now,
about to endure
and
the
then you
white
can
hot
do Spokesman
spotlight
Tournament.
of the Movie Trivia Schmoedown. It is not their first foray into Star Wars trivia with us.
No, it is not, and that's exactly right, because for a long time the dance was Sam Witwer, Alex Damon.
Yeah, where the
Joseph
hell did he
Scrimshaw,
go?
Ken Knapsack.
And what a
He's
tango
working.
it
He's
was.
working.
And
He booked a
that
couple
was
shows.
it.
No,
So we
I
thought.
know.
But then at
Just
Star
stuff
Wars
that he can't
Celebration,
come
we
back.
found we put 5 competitors up against each other. But who really stood out? It was Andrew Dimalanta, who was a patron. He was a patron. He had an audition. He made it to the 5-way and came in second, right after Scrimshaw. But
Oh, he was
Laura
second.
Kelly,
Okay.
who I found on Twitter, who had
I was confusing him a lot with
patron?
Blanchard.
She's not a
That's
patron.
on
Giving us
me.
money yet?
Not yet.
All
Maybe
right.
after this match.
Yeah, Andrew
no, but
Blanchard was,
She expressed.
He
interest in
ch-
playing.
he
I said,
choked.
Sure,
He
You would have
choked.
done better.
Podcast, and I said, okay, she knows.
I
what
did
we're
do
talking
better.
about.
You did do
And
better,
boy,
actually.
did she. Not only did she have one of the best performances in round 1, she won that crowd over. They were cheering her.
Which is
chanting her
one
name
credit
at
to
the end,
you,
and
but
people were
two,
thinking
he choked.
she was going to go at the end. She got a very tough 5-pointer that took her out at the very end, but she has been studying. She is ready, and she wants to take on Dimalanta.
Which
who's
I
also
remember her
very
performing
hungry to
extremely
face
well
Alex
in
Damon.
rounds
I
1
heard
and
about
2,
all the
and then
carnage that
3.
went down. I was busy
took up a
taping my
little.
special also in Chicago. That's very
It's good.
same
It's very
day.
funny.
It's a very
Very
funny. You should check it
It's
out.
good. Is
Here
that available?
today, what we're excited about is this matchup, and each competitor had a little something to say pre-show. Let's take a look.
All right.
All right.
Nerd Chronic, how will you dazzle us this week?
Champion. He might be one of the most dominant champions we've ever had in any division. We had to find 5 competitors that we thought were going to be able to really have a chance to give him a shot, and we think we found him. And your winner, ladies and gentlemen, how about all our competitors here today?
I'm Alice, and I'm the manager of
And you're
Laura
very small
the
compared to her.
Luminous Kelly. We are part of Forced Toast, a Star Wars happy hour podcast, and we actually met doing Star Wars trivia around Chicago. So we're super stoked to be here and see if all of our hard work pays off.
I'm Andrew, the Hunter Dimalanta, because I'm hunting for that championship. Last time Chicago came up a little short against Scrimshaw. Bottom line, I was not ready for Damon that day. I'm ready for Damon now, and I'm glad that I get a second chance at it today against Laura Kelly.
So Star Wars Celebration was a lot of fun. It was definitely a learning experience for me. I think I walked away with some really great lessons about how to really do this competition. What we ended up doing was putting out the call for questions on our show for help with trivia, and we got a lot of it, which was amazing. So I've got Alice as my manager, but I have a lot of coaches out there, and I'm really grateful for all of them.
Laura Kelly, I was so surprised when I saw her. I was underestimating Laura and Andy. I'm not going to do that today. I'm totally prepared for her today. It would mean so much to me to go up against Alex Damon at the Spectacular in front of a live crowd.
I would be really excited to be there in Los Angeles. That is going to be a lot of people. It's going to require maybe a little bit of pre-gaming before, as is our usual style.
Yeah, I'll just avoid too much Fireball to do whoop-whoop.
Yeah, there's much Fireball.
I worked hard to get into the Schmoedown. I went through the Patreon.
Fireball is just plain
and studied
gross.
my ass off. But you came out in Chicago and surprised everyone. Became a superstar.
we're not gonna
Said offered me summon in Orlando, and I was like, nope, no thank you.
And I'm going to beat you today and head to the Spectacular. And Alex, you
Fireball
better
is
be
the
ready
name
for
of
it.
Catholic
So it's been a long 2 months of
resistance.
studying, a lot of cramming
What's
these
this?
last few days. Very much looking forward to playing Alex Damon in December. And
Hashtag
Andrew,
Viva La
tell him
Resistance.
you
Go
say
give it a
hi when I'm
watch.
there.
Yes. Okay, we're gonna get a good trivia match here, but there needs to be more personality.
Yes.
And it's
Well,
just one of those
look.
situations where the division is not showcased enough for anyone to develop
I
a
love
personality
what
beyond
they
being
both
really
love
good at
because
Star
they
Wars.
both want to play
Yeah,
gaming
but that's
because,
kind of the thing.
let's
This
face
is their
it,
second
Damon
appearance
right
this
now,
year,
a lot
and
of
the
people
first
think
one was
he's
at Celebration at the
He's the
beginning,
Galactic
and that's
Empire
simply because they
hero.
just
Maybe
don't have
so
enough
can
Star
they
Wars
find that
matches
weakness
because
nobody else
you're
has
gonna
been able
run
to
out of
do it
questions.
so far, and could they be the ones to do it? But
Unless
they
you
have to
start
take
including
one-
Canon and
one of
Legends,
them
in
has
which
to-
case then you can
who's it
go
gonna
for
be? Who's
years.
gonna win? But
Well,
both
they
Laura
can
and
go
Andrew
for a
are
long
very
time.
determined. They've both
But
been
yeah.
studying. They both want this match, and they
Oh,
both want to
speaking
go to the
of
spectacular.
canon
So you're saying
trivia,
right now
check
they're
out my
both
Star Wars
Luke
Rebels
Skywalker
match
with
where I
the
also
blast
wear
shield
this.
on, and they're doing the thing.
Oh,
and the
at
Millennium
Full Metal
Falcon, and
Trivia.
one of them's going to get shot by that little ball that floats, and the other one is going to become a Jedi Knight and possibly shoot down the Death Star.
We're gonna find that out.
From the movies.
Tail of the tape, Mark. I guess I think I know what their strengths and weaknesses are, but let me see if I'm right.
They're really good at stuff. Go ahead and take
Oh.
a gander, and I'll tell you if you're right or wrong.
I think Andrew is good at Star Wars, and I think Laura is good at Star Wars.
Okay, I wasn't listening. I was looking at the first round.
I thought it
questions,
was
and I got
Star
2 of
Trek.
them
Shit.
right.
Okay, good. So that's good. Okay, well, with that, are you ready?
Wait, this isn't the Doctor Who match?
Well, you don't have to answer them.
Okay,
So-
I'm ready to ask questions.
Okay.
yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time
For
for
the
the
movie
Trivia
Schmoedown.
Schmoedown.
Number 1 contender match in the Star Wars division. Introducing first. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Laura the Luminous Kelly.
Oh, so got
Ooh.
Luminous.
Here comes Laura Kelly.
I like that
By
nickname.
the light side, her manager escorting her out. She is ready to go, Mark.
Not one, but 2 lightsabers. That's
And the
kinda
Ahsoka
like,
stance.
Anakin Skywalker in
course.
Revenge of the Sith.
which is extremely impractical.
No,
Two
actually,
lightsabers in Revenge of the
no.
Sith.
It's a very
Saw that movie in
effective
theaters.
sword fighting
Yeah?
technique.
And
Take it from someone who knows how to fight.
Huh? I thought it would.
What is this? What?
Andrew, I thought you already left for Los Angeles.
Los Angeles? What do I do in Los Angeles?
Your Schmoedown match?
My Schmoedown match isn't until...
Are we about to get a Back to the Future, I'm late for school sort of scene? Knew it! Knew it!
Awesome.
That is some pretty impressive production stuff.
Yeah, that's actually some decent CG. Well done.
Happy beeps, buddy. Come on. We can still make it on time.
People crave your princess.
Well, I love that line.
Where's he gonna park that thing?
From the mean streets of Orlando.
Galactic Empire. Great cover.
Right off the X-Wing, ladies and gentlemen.
I recognize it. What is it from?
The Hunter.
It's a throne room.
Dimalanta.
Yeah, no, but like, is it a YouTube channel or something?
Yeah. These guys just basically do heavy metal covers of Star Wars. And it's
He looks a little out of breath, but he has made it. You know, we have
No, I'm not a big fan of that. But, all right.
Probably double parked because someone's car is smashed.
Can you imagine being like a meter cop and putting a ticket on an X-Wing?
Crazy stuff like this.
All right, so
I reckon Commander Dameron. I'm with Jordan on this one. Thank you, General, for your support.
That's right. That's good foreshadowing. We will be asking questions in each and every round here
I
today.
just
In
needed to
round
get
number
that out of
1,
my system.
competitors, the field will hear 10
It's a Star Wars match. We're going to be quoting the whole damn
corners
thing.
of Star Wars
Yes.
movie
So in
trivia
round 1
know-how.
of a Star
Each
Wars
question we
match,
ask
Chris
is
and
worth
I
1 point.
will
There's
be
no penalty for
ashamed if
missing
we don't get a
question. There's
perfect
no
round,
stealing
even though
in round
we
number
have been
1.
known
As
to
soon as
trip
we ask
up,
the question,
and Nico
those
also does
competitors
really
write
well.
down
I say,
the best
and
attempt
Nico
at
will probably
an
only get like
answer
2 or
on the
3 wrong.
whiteboard in front of you.
Yeah, no,
Once we address you
that's the thing.
by name to reveal your answer, please show what you wrote on the whiteboard.
Even in the
to
strength, I'm
camera.
tired of
At
being
same
the
time, you
third
verbalize
best.
the answer into the microphone.
That's because we
Penmanship
should be in the
is
Star.
always
By the way,
appreciated.
I am in the
I'll
Star
remind
Wars.
each
Quit
competitor
tooting your own
throughout the
horn. I
duration
get
of
this
the
is an
match,
episode where we
three
can do that,
uses
but
of
for
the
the love of
game.
God, it's even annoying.
You can give yourself another 15 seconds.
Okay, I'll just shut up and
If
show
you
how
hear a
good I
question,
am.
you didn't hear
Fine.
it correctly, or just want to buy yourself more time, use the JTE rule. You also each have 1 challenge to be used at any point throughout the 3-round match.
I mean, to be fair,
Remember,
Case,
with
you are
that
rather
challenge,
braggadocious
if
when it comes to
you
Star
do
Wars
challenge
matches.
And it is overruled, you lose the challenge.
What?
However, if you
I
challenge
said you are rather
you get
braggadocious when it
upheld,
comes
and
to
it's
Star
upheld
Wars
is the
matches,
term.
though I don't
Thank
blame
so
you.
much. You will keep
Because
it.
we're
Yeah.
both fucking,
You'll be able to use
like,
another
really
one.
fucking good at this
Hey,
thing.
may the force be with you both.
No, nice.
Huh?
I like what you did. I
Aw.
like what you did.
From the,
May it force be with you too, Mark.
From the movies.
I like what you did there. All right, so we will ask
It's
Andrew Dimalanta.
it's a thing that I am obsessed with.
Laura Kelly,
You
are
know?
you ready?
Let's do this.
Then let's get ready
Ready
to
to
Schmoedown!
Schmoedown.
All right. Question 1 comes from A New Hope. In A New Hope, while hiding on the Death Star, where does C-3PO tell the Stormtrooper he'd like to take R2 so they might get away from them?
R2, I believe you're referring to.
I don't know how to spell this
R2D2.
word.
Your favorite character in all of Star Wars?
It saves everybody asses multiple times.
Oh, I didn't need to say that word.
Nobody
5,
makes it through those movies
4,
alive without that little droid.
3, 2,
Yeah.
1. We start with Andrew.
Maintenance.
Maintenance.
Laura.
Maintenance.
High game. Okay.
All right. Our next question comes from Attack of the Clones,
Bleh.
episode Dose. And your question, in the film Star Wars Attack of the Clones, we learned that Padme served how many terms as Queen of Naboo?
She should have served longer, I'll tell you that.
Well, now, what's the voting system in outer space? Is it?
Depends on
I
the
mean,
planet.
she's a queen. So
Trying to
technically,
remember
you're
the
not, like,
quote.
stumping for
I only
votes.
remember her talking about her age.
I was relieved when my
One.
terms were up.
Start with Laura.
2 turns.
Two.
Yes, Andrew.
2. I
Here we
actually said
go.
3.
Ties
Same.
and back and forth we go.
2 brilliant terms.
All right, question 3. That's Return of the Jedi. In Return of the Jedi, who does Jabba call a weak-minded fool?
All right, I'm going to say something that's a little controversial here. What if we took the Padme makeup budget
shit.
and we put that towards
Yes.
maybe healthcare?
I don't think that's controversial.
You know,
I think that's
She gets
topical.
really done up
5,
for public appearances, and I
4,
don't think it's all that.
3,
These quote questions
1.
can really
Start
trip
with
you up.
Did Fortuna.
Good Fortuna.
Yes, Laura.
Fuck.
Dave Fortuna.
3.
I had
Another
Solo.
Tender match.
That's the one that I would have gotten correct. We
school.
move on to, I don't know why I get to ask the
Jedi
prequel questions.
mind
The
trick.
Phantom Menace.
Yes, that he
is
says
the
in
next
fucking
topic.
Basic
And in
Galactic.
that
I don't know
film,
why.
On what other planet did Qui-Gon say he had witnessed pod races?
Very fast, very
There's
dangerous.
probably a lot of those. It's outer space NASCAR,
Right.
and so sometimes you want to go to Rockingham, sometimes you want to go to Daytona.
Yeah, I don't know.
I know it's spelled incorrectly, but I know the correct
You're
pronunciation.
playing along so
2.
well.
I'm just shocked at these questions. 1. And pens down, please.
Mouse.
Alistair.
Alistair. Malster.
Yes, and Andrew.
Malster.
I have to correct
Wow.
Yeah.
It's
Correct.
one
So
word.
Jeez.
The
These
home,
are
home
tough
of the
questions. I think I'm
Duds.
more impressed that Laura and Andrew are gotten them
And
right
the
thus far.
Zillabies.
We have two perfect
Yes.
rounds going.
So far. The Force Awakens is your next category. In The Force Awakens, who gave Finn Luke's old lightsaber?
Obviously, Finn
this
referring
question's
to
too easy.
Finn Wolfhard,
Nah.
star of Stranger Things.
How long before he showed
Yeah.
up?
Made a
Star Wars?
cameo in The Force Awakens.
Yeah, that's not true. He was the lightsaber. 5,
Who plays the character?
3, 2, 1. Andrew.
Maskanada.
Maskanada.
5, 5.
With a T,
What
by
a
the
match.
way.
Big
What a
fan of
match.
Maz
I was
Kanata.
torn on
I
that.
am a big Maz Kanata fan. More screen time for Maz Kanata. Your next question comes from Revenge of the Sith. And in the film Revenge of the Sith, who pilots the ship that delivers Obi-Wan Kenobi to Mustafar? It's a
There's two
good
answers for this
query.
question, so I'm writing down
That
both.
Mustafar, careful where you step,
Okay,
it gets
he-
hot.
He literally says, "I'm getting the hang of this
Good up
flying
until that
business."
Fine, if that's the definition you're
Yeah.
going by.
Yeah.
3.
Yeah.
What?
But I'm just saying
So I
this
want
is
to be extra.
technically
Hands
technically a
down, and
two-answer
Laura.
question.
C-3PO.
C-3PO.
3PO.
Wow, look at this.
Yeah.
6, 6. This is crazy.
Even the
He
gang
says
in the
it,
booth
that's why.
reacting.
But Padme also
Get
flew
cat-
the
All
ship.
right.
Well, Padme
Empire
is
Strikes
sitting
Back is the
beside him.
next category.
The
She's
second
in
greatest Star Wars
shotgun.
film of all time.
First.
Yeah.
In The Empire Strikes Back, R2 relays to C-3PO that the odds of surviving the night on Hoth outside the base is what? No chance I got this.
Getting hot.
Yeah.
I remember the asteroid field one.
Yeah, not the
Like
3 on the 7 and
2000
20 to
something
1.
or other to,
I don't know.
but the I didn't even know
Oh,
that he
thanks for
gave
saying it,
five.
but I already had it.
Even though it looks
No.
like it's the
I don't know,
future.
1,
really
Andrew.
low.
725 to 1.
725 to 1.
You have
Oh, I
725
thought
on
it was the
Laura.
3,720.
No, that's the asteroid
725 to
field.
1.
That's correct.
That's the extra-
So
that's
Laura
the-
gets the extra point there, and you didn't write it down.
725 to 1,
I
not
do
25 or
numbers.
6 to 4.
You have to write it down.
Did it correctly there. So Laura takes the lead here. And the next question.
Is from Rogue One, is the category. In the film Rogue One, a Star Wars story, young Jyn Erso had what kind of doll as a toy?
She actually has several, and it's like explained in the visual dictionary, but I assume they're looking for this one that she loses.
Yes.
And the Death Trooper picks up.
Muppets.
Really?
Mhm.
Yeah, like I had like the full puppet 5.
You have the
Oh, is that
support
five?
of the
You stick your
studio
hand
audience.
up. Is that five?
Okay, focus on the
I
camera.
don't know what he's doing over there.
Yeah.
Let's
Guy's
have
telling jokes all day long. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands down. And
Loth
Laura.
Cat?
Stormtrooper.
Stormtrooper.
Several, but I put Stormtrooper.
That's correct. And
Stormtrooper.
Stormtrooper is correct. Okay, so Laura Kelly.
Loth Cat, that
Laura
would be a nice
Kelly
reference.
is still perfect here, and we have 2 more
Could have
questions.
sworn it was a Loth Cat
All
doll.
right, your next question is asked by Christian.
There might have been a one in the
The Last
background. but-
Jedi. The Last Jedi. Poe was demoted to what rank in The Last Jedi? Both very impressive so far.
You see that Adams Family movie?
Not yet.
Got Poe Dameron does the voice.
Okay.
Dreadnought.
I'm a big
What
Adams
cost?
Family guy.
3, 2,
Oh,
1. Pens down,
starting
please.
to-
We start with
Captain.
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 Yes, and
Captain.
Captain is correct. Laura
Captain.
Kelly has not missed.
Captain Jack
9-8.
Harkness.
Now, if Laura Kelly hits
And who
this
are
next
you?
one, she will have a perfect round. So here is the question mark.
The question comes from Solo, a Star Wars story.
Okay.
Brought to you by Denny's.
Boy, this is where I'll
Your
miss.
question. In Solo, a Star Wars story, what did Han try and bribe the gate officer with?
Um,
And this is where I just wash my hands and go watch it.
Oh.
Seriously.
I mean,
I am going to be impressed.
I did enjoy the movie thoroughly. I think it's
5,
very rewatchable.
4, 3, 2, 1. Laura
coaxium.
Coaxium.
Vial of refined hyper.
Yep.
is incorrect. And we have.
You guys are slightly ahead of me, but I was right in coaxium. So
Is that a
Nice.
challenge? That you,
I would challenge,
Okay,
yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Especially
you
maybe
could
for
challenge
something.
that
Okay.
because they do
Challenge
say
is
refined
on the table
hyperfuel.
Yes.
Perfect round.
We are back from the challenge. Kelly challenged whether coaxium and her answer were the same thing. We
Yeah,
did
it's
some
pretty much the same
research
thing.
on Wikipedia, and it ends up that, yes, we can accept that as an answer along with coaxium. So Laura Kelly has pitched a perfect round number 1.
Nice.
Andrew also gets the point because he had coaxium, and it is now Laura who has the bonus question that will be asked to Jester. So, Laura, you don't have to write down the answer to this. You can just answer it whenever you're ready within that 15-second window. Christian George, shoot.
All right, here you go, Laura. This is just for you. After being tortured, who noted? They never even asked me any questions.
Han Solo.
Han Solo.
Han
Oh,
Solo.
yeah.
Correct for one more point.
All right.
Laura Kelly going up by 2
Why are
here
they
now.
doing
It's 11
this?
to 9. Now, Laura, just to let you know, because your challenge was you did win that challenge, you can keep another challenge should you need one in the rest of the match.
Andrew also retains his challenge as well as 3 usages of the JTE rule for each competitor. As we move on to round number 2, this is the wheel round, the Wheel of Fate, Doom, and Justice, or Destiny in this case. You will see on the wheel 12 categories from 10 different
somebody
corners
say
of
Destiny?
movie, trivia, Schmoedown, Star Wars know-how. We went to the outer rim of the galaxy to get
wanna
these
buy some
questions,
Destiny?
and they're right there on the wheel. Once
You
a
don't
competitor
think some
settles on a
Destiny.
category, you're going to
I
hear
don't
5
want to say
questions
Destiny.
You want to
from
go home
said
and rethink your
category. Each
life.
question is worth
I am
2
home
points.
rethinking my
There's
life.
no penalty for missing a question. However,
You want
stealing
to rewatch
is available
Revenge of the Sith.
in round number 2. So if you're
No,
not
I
sure
do
the
not.
answer, ask us for multiple choice. We'll give you 4 options.
You
one
want
of which
to
is the
re-
correct
you want to
answer.
rewatch
At that
Phantom
point, the value of
Menace.
the question goes down
I definitely
to
do not.
1.
I'm fine with
Laura,
that.
you currently
Let's watch
enjoy a
this Schmoedown
2-point
match.
lead over Andrew, so the decision is yours. Would you like to spin the wheel first or defer?
I will defer.
You're going to defer. Right.
Here comes Andrew.
Andrew, please spin by the wheel.
I would
not
just
the
spin.
pegs.
Like, are there weaknesses on that wheel?
Wheel, not the pegs, and the spin is in.
Good spin by the wheel. I like that.
Weapons
Good
and
spin.
tech if it's a
I'm
slice.
still familiarizing myself
Can
with
trip
these
up.
competitors. and what they
I
hope
still
to spin
usually
because
do
you
pretty
really
well
see
with
the
that
weakness
one.
As far as the classic trilogy, the prequels.
Like, if you know Star Wars, then
the,
weapons
the-
and
what do they
tech
call
is
the new
just
Oh, well, I'll tell you what.
another thing that you know about it.
What I want is
He has
quotes.
spun.
Notice
Wait.
no spinners or opponents'
It's going to be
choice.
Force Awakens.
There,
Force Awakens.
there's an issue with the slices.
Andrew also knew all these questions. He was trying to thought too fast.
They're halfway between the pegs.
You're spin
He's
again.
gonna
All right.
spin again.
Spinning away from.
And we
That's-
are going to go
that's
with
new.
whatever the
That's
Yeah,
because there's a lot
So
to
yes,
go
whatever
with.
this lands
True.
on, Andrew will have to take this, and Laura's going to hope
true,
to try to
but-
steal a couple here.
That's
Just
It
for,
would be
just,
weird
for,
to-
just for funsies, let's go
round
mix
and
bag. Come
round
on.
it goes.
All right, here we go, Mark. We're getting around to
And this could be
Solo.
a Star Wars story.
Solo.
Brought to you by Denny's.
All right, Solo, a Star Wars story
I would
it
not.
is.
I wouldn't
All right,
like
here
this
we
because
go.
this is
So
the most
start
recent
with
one. I haven't seen it
Andrew.
as much.
I can maybe get some of
Who
this.
is going to have the category
Same.
We'll see.
Solo.
A Star Wars story.
All right, Mark, you want to go ahead with those?
Oh, I would love to, Christian. I'd love nothing more than to ask Andrew his 5 questions for 2 points each, Andrew. Remember, you do have multiple choice in your back pocket should you need it. Your first question of 5. What is the name of the Grindelid that brought Han and Kira before Lady Proxima and later chased them in his land speeder?
Wow.
2 points for Andrew.
That's a deep cut. Jesus.
And while I was not even sure what I was asking. Your next question, Andrew. Paul Bettany plays a high-ranking crime boss of what crime syndicate?
Crimson Dawn.
Crimson Dawn.
Crimson Dawn.
It's also a great film starring Patrick Swayze. 2 points.
If he knew the name of like the middleman for Lady
And
Lady
back
Proxima,
on
but
the
not
leading
that,
side. He's now got
it's like
13
that
to
would-
11 lead. Your next question in the world of Solo, a Star Wars story. Using the same armor Lando later wears in Return of the Jedi, Tobias Beckett goes undercover on Kessel using what name?
Tool.
It is Tool.
Jesus.
2 more points. And Andrew is perfect
Jesus.
thus far.
No.
Andrew, you have 2 questions left in the world of Solo. Your penultimate question. This style of combat, first made famous in a 1997 Star Wars video game, was used by Kira
Tarek
on
Asai.
Kessel.
Terrace Kasi.
We're making up our own martial arts now? Look at this. 2 more points. Andrew's got it.
Tarek Asai.
And 1 question remains in the world of Solo,
Not a good game.
a Star Wars story. For 2 more points, what is the name of the Wookiee slave
Damn.
that Chewie freed on
I
Kessel?
do not know.
And then in
Wow.
turn helped Chewie, Han, and the gang to escape.
Sagwa.
Wow, impressive.
I knew the Korean for apple part.
Really impressive. All right, is that,
I
yeah,
enjoy myself a
that's-
Sagwa. I
that's
try to have
insane.
one Sagwa a day because it keeps the doctor away.
all
I
right,
guess
so
someone
Andrew
has
wants to
been
get
studying
those questions
Solo.
fine, right?
That
Yeah.
was very impressive.
All right, so
Yeah.
now Kelly will spin. Please, Laura, spin from the wheel, not the pegs, but she is now going to try to do the same thing that Andrew did to
right.
keep her lead.
That's
There's
right.
a good spin by Laura.
Here we go.
Good spin, but interesting
Round and
form.
round it goes. What movie would you hope to see on the wheel? Empire? Yeah. I think I could ace a Jedi, perhaps.
And we are looking at
Star Wars?
Star Wars.
Hey, that's the
Alright.
New Hope one.
That is New Hope.
Would you like to keep a New Hope, or do you want to spin again?
Why not?
Do it.
She's going to stay.
Yeah.
Good job.
So she's going to
Do
stay
it. Do
with
it.
episode
Do it.
is this 11, I
She's
believe?
probably worried about some of the
She knows 4.
potential deep cut
Ah,
actors
All right, so here we
questions.
go.
Right.
We have a
Because
new
it-
4 questions.
Because the New
5
Hope
questions,
has
actually.
been asked a
Okay,
lot
okay, Laura,
in
you're
regular
supposed to be fair.
Schmoedown matches, let alone
What
in this
number
division.
was Princess Leia's detention cell number?
2187.
21-7.
Cell 2187.
That is correct.
Sounds like a good pin number.
All right.
Famous spin stormtrooper
All
number.
right. Question 2. Remember, you do have the multiple choice option should you need it.
I don't think they do.
I don't think they needed it. Who sits next to Luke at the briefing prior to the first
Wedge
Wedge
Antilles.
Antilles.
battle?
Cole Tackbright,
Oh,
aka Fake Wedge.
That's correct.
That is
That is
correct.
correct.
That is correct. Okay.
Okay, she saved herself there.
Okay.
yeah.
Are we including like actual canon or the movies themselves?
The movies themselves.
Can I challenge that?
Sure. What's
Because in the movie wise, it's Wedge Antilles.
Yeah.
In the canon, it's Fake Wedge. So depends on whether you want it to be the movie.
Yeah,
Only
because-
if you're
because they
using
use different
Wikipedia for your
actors for the
challenges,
same
it's
time.
gonna say
Well,
Fake
we
Wedge.
used a
Cole
number of
Tack-
different sources, so we'll take a look and see what the fairest ruling possible
All right.
is.
Let's see.
Yeah.
And this is where deep cuts.
Yeah,
Get-
All right,
this
we
is
are
where
back,
it
and
gets
because Andrew
become
brings up a great
bitch.
challenge where it was, made into new canon. Was it fake wedge? Was it actual wedge? So the fairest way to rule this question, in
Scrap
my
the question.
opinion, is to accept Laura's answer or Andrew's answer. Either one would have been acceptable for that question, and therefore, Laura Kelly gets the 2 points.
Okay. Laura, so your
You lose
next
to the
question is
challenge,
question
then.
number 3.
I'm going to uphold that challenge, though.
Oh.
I think that Andrew should retain a challenge.
He does.
Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Hmm.
What band is playing in the cantina while Han Solo makes a deal
Cantina.
with Obi-Wan
The
Kenobi and
the
Luke
Jizz
Skywalker?
Whalers.
Figuring Dawn and the modal nodes.
Wow. Yes, that is correct.
Oh, never mind. There's the species.
I did not know they had a front man.
Yeah.
No, I didn't either.
Species
All right,
is
here we go.
fifth.
This is question number 4.
Figuring
Jesus.
Don, the second frontman after Bon Scott tragically passed away.
Technically, it's figuring Dan, but
What kind of creature attacked Luke in the trash compactor?
Dianoga.
of the Death Star?
Dianoga.
A Dianoga.
yeah.
This is unbelievable. Yes, that is true. And finally, Laura, to take the lead back here, your 5th question.
Harloff's ready
New
to
Hope
just hand in his
is
Star
the
Wars
only
card.
main character to be mentioned by name in the opening crawl
Leia.
text.
Princess Leia.
We didn't even need 20 seconds. You got it.
Um,
Absolutely. 21.
Very impressive.
She's
That is
playing
very
a
impressive
perfect
second
game.
by Both used
Yeah,
their
she
talents
is.
very
But-
well.
Yeah.
Both
I
know
think
their
she
stuff,
was
and
there
I'll tell you,
too,
Alice
though,
Damon
in
right
the
now
last,
might have a little
in
bit
the-
of
in the
sweat
live
on the brow
Schmoedown.
one of these competitors.
Oh my
So let's see what
goodness,
she's
this
thinking
is
about round
really
3.
a great test of
Yeah,
Star
round
Wars
3 is
movie
what
trivia
tripped her up.
Schmoedown. Know how as we veer into round number 3. You're not actually going into a round 3. Yes, we are.
I'm just gonna say right now, the final score is
31-29.
31-29. I will be a very happy man.
With each
Oh, yeah.
subsequent query, and we need some help from our competitors. What we need from each one of you is a series of numbers.
it's
We need
very likely
3
to get
numbers
Wait,
from
there.
each of you.
This is the wrong graphic.
One,
This is
Yeah,
the
it is.
title fight round 3
Oh, yeah.
graphic.
one of those numbers corresponds
Yeah.
to a different category of movie trivia.
It's the
Schmoedown
number 1
Star Wars.
contender
So,
match,
your
not a
first
title
question
match.
is worth
That's
2 points.
fine.
Your next one's worth 3 points. The last one is worth 5 points. There is no penalty for missing a question.
Could be worse.
There is no stealing available in round number 3. So, Laura, because you have a 2-point lead over Andrew, you're going to give us your 3 numbers first from 1 to 20. What feels lucky?
Let's do 3, 5, and 18.
3, 5, and 18 for Laura, and for Andrew.
7, 11, and I was on 19.
7, 11, and 19 for Andrew. We will start with Andrew, who chose number 7. Andrew, you chose Revenge of the Sith for 7. According to Obi-Wan, only
A Sith.
Sith.
deals in absolutes.
Yeah.
A Sith.
Correct.
2
Okay,
points,
ties
and
up
we
the
are
game.
tied.
So now Laura Kelly, number 3.
All right, Laura, you chose Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope.
Again.
Have you seen the film?
Maybe once or
Okay.
twice.
All right, then you should have. I don't
Put
know,
a couple
I'd
zeros
still
after
have to-
those.
For 2 points, and to retain 2-point lead over Andrew. On how many systems does
12.
Cornelius Evison claim
Yeah,
to have
12.
a death sentence?
12.
I would have gotten that. Now that I read the whole thing, I would have gotten
On
that.
12 systems. All right, so we go back.
Even got the
to
inflection
Andrew
right. Well done,
here.
Harloff.
Andrew, now you chose number 11.
Indeed.
Andrew. Number 11. Vehicles, weapons,
There you go.
technology. All right, here you go.
You don't mind a 3-pointer.
The Last Jedi. What did Leia give to Rey? So
A
that
cloaked
she could
binary
bring back
beacon.
to the Resistance.
A cloaked binary beacon.
That is correct for 3 points. All right.
Jesus.
Back to Laura
That's
Kelly.
difficult.
Now,
Well done.
Andrew does have a 1-point lead, and Laura will be asked her 3-point question. Laura, you selected number 15 for your 3-point question?
5.
That's what I said. 5 is what you selected, and it corresponds to the universally acclaimed greatest Star Wars film in history, Return of the Jedi. And your question.
Damn it, Ellis.
Lead, what
Damn
type
good.
of ground vehicle was shown pulling
An
up to the
AT-AT.
indoor landing platform in Return of the Jedi?
And don't say AT-AT. I hate it.
Say just to piss Case off.
Wait, isn't it ATST?
Nope, it was an AT-AT.
This is an AT-AT.
Can you repeat the question, please?
I certainly can. You have 2 JTE rules remaining. What type of ground vehicle was shown pulling up to the Endor landing platform?
Oh, now I remember the scene. Yeah.
Yeah, it's when Luke meets Vader.
A speeder bike?
Ooh!
Breath
She
ready
lost
for
the
an
match.
Imperial Walker and AT-AT. Walking up to the platform.
All
So
right,
Christian,
so
Robot
all of a sudden
camel.
we find ourselves in a position where
Hey, Jim.
now we're going to stay with Laura
Robot
for her
camels.
5-point question. If she gets it right, she's going to force Andrew
Hey,
to
look,
answer
that one's
his
wearing
5-point
Crocs.
question. If she misses it, then Andrew Dimalanta is going to be going up against Alex Damon
sorry.
at Star Wars Celebration, which we actually just called the Schmoedown Spectacular on December 7th.
That's right. All right, so here you go, Mark.
All right. Laura, you selected number 18 for your 5-point
Yes.
category. That corresponds to The Last Jedi.
Yay.
Okay.
And your question. For 5 points, and to force Andrew to answer his 5-pointer, what was the name of the First Order captain?
Oh,
that
damn
was
it.
General Hux's right hand.
Captain Kennedy?
No.
PV.
Yeah, it's PV.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Captain
Andrew's gonna have to
Kennedy,
answer his
that's with
5-point
Dreadnought.
question.
Yeah,
What
it's
a
in
battle
the,
we
it's in
have.
the novelization.
So Laura going to make Andrew earn it, or Laura Kelly will be going if Andrew
I haven't
misses
read the
this.
novelization in a
What
while,
a
so-
match we have. 5-pointer. If Andrew hits it, he goes to play Alex Damon for the title on December 7th. If he misses, Laura Kelly will face Alex Damon, and you chose number 19. Number 19, that is the Clone Wars movie.
Oh.
Yay!
Clone Wars movie.
Yay!
All right, here you go.
Ooh.
Zero's assassin droid failed his mission to where?
Oh, damn it.
5,
Tatooine.
3.
I think it is also Tatooine.
Zero's assassin droid failed his mission to where? Just one second. 2 remaining.
Trying to remember the scene. Damn it. It's not Tatooine, by the way.
5, 4, 3.
Yeah.
Repeat the question.
Second one. Zero's assassin droid failed his mission to where?
Oh, shit. No, you're right.
Trying to remember the scene.
4, 3.
Repeat the question.
Last one. Zero's assassin droid failed his mission to where? I'll put down the
This is
lines.
so
Find out right
difficult.
now who's playing Alex Damon at the end of this question. Will it be Laura Kelly? Will it be Dimalanta? Very soon in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Don't got it.
Oh.
Yes.
Respect.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a female competing at the Schmoedown Spectacular.
In Star Wars.
In Star Wars.
Overall.
Teams we don't know yet.
12th vote, it's a popular destination.
Emma
There's a lot of
Fife,
corporate
our
restaurants there now,
manageable.
and that is where
Manageable
the
is not
going.
happening
That is
at the
all
Spectacular.
separated as
Oh,
Laura
Oh, you
I mean,
mean at the next
what a
spectacular?
matchup by both competitors. I mean, you talk about Alex Damon being on top of the mountain right now.
Well,
He's on Olympus in
a lot
terms
possible,
of Star Wars.
There are a lot of possibilities, but we don't know yet. But now we have a guaranteed female on the card.
Great run for his money and
And
his
deservingly so.
Laura's going to have that opportunity December 7th.
But if she
Hats
forgets
off to
things
both
like
competitors.
AT against Damon, she's toast.
Unfortunately.
That was her lone miss the entire match.
It was but it can cost you the match because Damon probably won't miss.
And that was a 3-point question. Let's be fair.
Laura Kelly
So
pulls her 5-pointer. What a performance by both. But Laura Kelly takes the win. She's playing Alex Damon for the title. Unbelievable match there, Mark.
What an incredible display of Star Wars movie trivia know-how. And again, that's just one of the 5 matches that is going to be at the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Spectacular in downtown LA, December 7th. And the newest addition to the roster of competitors is standing by with her own Jen Sturger. Jen, I imagine Laura is feeling pretty, this is kind of like the end of A New Hope with the medal ceremony.
Yeah, Mark, it's sort of like the medal ceremony at the end of A New Hope, but there's a lot more alcohol involved. Is that a fireball?
It's Fireball, and I feel sort of rude that we don't have one for you. Do you want some?
I wasn't going to say anything, but, you know.
I feel like, my bad, sorry.
Well, congratulations are in order, Laura. Hell of a match. Were you a little bit nervous, though, when you missed
She got a medal. Chewie didn't, but she did.
Yeah, because I missed my 3-pointer
Needed a wedge
as well, and that, I feel like that definitely took me down.
Wedge didn't deserve it.
I thought this was about to
He
be
crapped
a repeat
out.
of that whole thing. So.
I'm like, but you were so cool and calm and collected out there, even after that misstep.
He did so
Tell me
under
what you were
orders.
thinking. Did you know his 5?
No, I did not.
No,
I did
because
not know
his
his
ship
I mean,
was
Jesus,
the
props
ship.
to Andrew. I didn't know the answer to that question. But no, I'm glad it looked calm and collected because I don't feel like that even now. So
No, I mean, while you may have faced Andrew easily, you have to face Alex Damon. And I don't know if you know what Alex Damon's runs look like here. He's looked unbeatable. Are you a little nervous going into Spectacular?
yeah, I'm incredibly nervous actually. This is that's gonna be something. I'm excited for the opportunity to do it. At some point somebody's got to take down Damon. It may not be me, it may not be Andrew, but it's got to be somebody, and I'm excited to try.
I think she's the
first
one.
Of the new generation of Star Wars competitors.
I'd like her to prove me wrong, but
I mean, we're running out of questions at this point. We need them to make more. We need them to make more movies.
But it's not
before
that
we
I'm
can
rooting
make this,
against her.
this
It's just
division
that I
any bigger. But how do you
think
prepare
Damon
for
is too
someone
good.
like Alex Damon?
Oh God, I don't know.
And to be fair,
we have
Damon
a
has
lot
more
of help.
gameplay.
My manager Alice and I have a
Yes.
podcast where we do a lot of Star Wars trivia.
Yeah, and title matches have the different format, 5 rounds.
Star Wars trivia,
Way
pub
different
trivia where
strategy there.
There were no stakes,
Yeah.
and
But to be fair, having a
Just
manager
alcohol,
certainly
which
helps.
is where the fireball comes in handy.
yeah, it's how
Damon
we
has his girlfriend.
exactly.
His
but
wife.
I don't remember the question now.
Yeah,
Wife. Sorry, my bad.
How do you prepare
Okay.
for Alex Damon?
Oh, you don't. You just prepare yourself for slaughter. Yeah.
She
But you try.
she admits it.
Well, that's a certainly optimistic outlook coming up to Spectacular, but best of luck to you. I think we're all rooting for you because we're excited to see new faces in the Star Wars division because for a long time it just seemed like it was the 3 guys playing each other over and over and over again. So welcome, and we're really excited to see you face Alex. So best of luck to you, and practice playing live because it's a little different than bar trivia, okay?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Definitely. Thank you for that.
Back to you guys.
All right, Laura Kelly taking that victory and super excited. I don't think she's giving herself enough credit. I think she's a very formidable opponent to Alex Damon. I think as long as she,
Should give him a
does
fight.
what she did in that first and
Yes.
second round, I mean, she's going to be able to hang. Now, the difference is in the title match, she's now got to get used to that betting round. She's got to get used to that speed round.
See?
But
Yes.
if she can do it, I think she absolutely has a pretty good shot to take out Damon if she's focused on it.
Yeah, I think as far as study goes, I think she has the Star Wars movies down, and then maybe you take a look at some previous speed rounds, some previous betting rounds, just to make sure you have the wherewithal. But it's about answering the questions asked to you. You can't worry about your opponent, and certainly what we saw today was a formidable opponent for Laura Kelly in Andrew Dimalanta, who came up just short in today's #1 contender matchup. Jen Sturger now has an interview with Andrew.
A lot of heavy sighing back here. I can tell you're beating yourself up. Don't, okay? I don't know any of those answers.
Yeah, I had a stupid mistake in round 1, not writing a single word or 2 down, but I saw an opening in the 3rd round when she missed her 2-point question, or was it 3-point question? And like she said, it was like it's a repeat of what we did at Chicago. But I just couldn't pull that last one. I just couldn't capitalize on that opportunity, and it's just something that, and of course, it's the Will of the Force. It's the Clone Wars movie, and I have to give it to Laura. She's a hell of a competitor. It's always great to see new blood in the Schmoedown and in this division that's so like tight knit. So.
Well, you bring up an excellent point during your match, and that is that it's so hard when there's so much to cram into one of these matches and they're so detailed. It's hard to distinguish sometimes between the books and the movies.
Yeah, that was something it's another thing I saw in opening on. It's like, well, since it's like, there are other movies out there in that, were canon, or there are books that were canon or before, now they're strict, they're legends now. And
I mean, you're basically speaking Spanish to me right now. You know that, right?
Yeah, no, sorry. But, it's like there are certain things that were one way before, but now since the new canon in the Disney era,
that's why I'll
they had
never
to change
find a
things
girl.
with all these other books. So it's like, where do you draw the line? It's like,
Hey,
there's one thing that happens in the
I
movie,
have a
but then
girl
it gets
and I
retconned.
Okay, so you only do
like,
canon.
So this is the movie trivia Schmoedown, so it's like, I see my opening there.
I-
Let me just
hey,
poke the bear a little
I
bit,
know
see
some
what happens.
legends.
And it was a fair ruling, so I just gotta just deal with it. So.
Well, tough loss today, but I'm sure this is not the last we've seen of you. Nothing to hang your head about, absolutely. Like I said, you would have kicked my ass out there.
Absolutely not. I want my shot again. I mean, I ran into a wall with Laura again, and I did eke her out a little bit by 1 point back in Chicago. She got her revenge. The Schmoedown is all about redemption. There's a little con next year called Star Wars Celebration.
I've heard of it.
Most likely we'll be back for that one, so I'm definitely not done here.
I like your attitude so much. Thank you so much for playing today, and best of luck to you in the future. Hope to stick around.
All right, so Jen Sturger talking to Andrew Dimalanta, who, yeah, I agree with Jen. Great spirit there by the kid there, and it's one of these things, man. Like I think he's right. Celebration, there is a chance, and because the Star Wars division is so small, that an 0-2 record in singles could hurt you, right? Not in
Star Wars.
Because he's shown what he knows. He shows he can hang.
And Star Wars
He shows that he
records
can
don't
be there with
matter
the best.
if you've shown
And
that you have
he
the
has time
knowledge.
now until August, when Celebration is, to get that shot. But Laura Kelly can focus on December 7th when she does have that shot against Alex Damon.
Yeah, that's right. Andrew's 0-2 might be the best-looking 0-2 I've ever seen in the history of the movie trivia Schmoedown. And for Laura, you're right. Her future is a little more immediate because she's going up against Alex very shortly here. And with that matchup live, I mean, it's going to be a 5-round barn burner. I think Alex, who finally won his own event at Dragon Con this year,
Yeah.
he's coming off a big victory in his own right. So 2 big victories that Laura and Alex have enjoyed recently. Only one can take home that Star Wars championship at the end of the year.
And it's going to be a great match. We got 4 titles. They're all on the line. And if you look
What
at
is
the
that?
card, so
Title.
far, what we know, we have Ben Bateman versus Bibiani, the finals.
I
of
know
the
what
tournament
Nico
will be
wants.
happening. Obviously, Ben's injury made that match happen in the beginning, and the winner will face
I had a brain
Paul
fart. What?
Oyama at the
Don't
end
worry
of the
about
night.
it.
The
Don't worry
Star
about
Wars
it.
title
Don't worry
is
about
on
it.
the line.
Watch back the
It will be
video.
on the line against Laura Kelly, Alex Damon, and then the Inner Geekdom Championship will either be Chandru or Kevin Smets. That match is
That'll be
coming up
decided
very soon
later.
against Mike Kalinowski and the Teams Championship match. So, ladies and gentlemen, get your tickets now. Get your tickets now to schmoedownlive.com. If you can't watch it, you can't be there in person, you can watch it live on the live stream going to schmoedownlive.com or be a $10 patron. But we're doing this year, we're doing the expo where all the fans can not only hang out with us,
Get to get nice up close and personal. Bring your hand sanitizer because I don't wash these puppies after every usage.
we're going to have all the competitors there. There'll be Schmoedown memorabilia. All the belts will be there. We'll have so much fun as a Schmoedown fan.
All the
that it will
belts?
be a
You mean
mini
Aaliyah and
Schmoedown
Dan?
con that you guys can get tickets for right now. The schmoedownlive.com.
I understood that
tickets
reference.
are almost sold out, so please go and get them now.
Ken Knapsack will be selling 7-Eleven taquitos just outside of the venue. Christian, great match here today. Make sure you guys check us out in podcast form wherever you enjoy podcasts. Subscribe right here to the YouTube channel, and don't forget about the Schmoes Entertainment Network and the bevy of shows that we now have available on an almost daily basis. That's Christian Harloff. I'm Mark Ellis saying thank you, good night, and live long and prosper.
Damn you, Ellis. Damn you.
That's funny. Damn. Okay, Nico, you called it. You go.
Yeah, I called it. I have a history of doing that on this show, of calling the upsets, and I feel like we have another one coming at the Schmoedown Spectacular. Listen, nobody in this division has gone perfect yet. Not even the champs. Whitwer has had brain farts. Damon has had at least one brain fart per match. It happens. these are all experts. These are all experts on an even playing field. And, Scrimshaw said it best, it's a matter of whose brain farts first. I feel like, and again, I recognize that Laura has 2 new rounds to prepare for, the betting round and the speed round. She has to get some work on those buzzers. But that said, I feel like she is the one. I feel like she could be the one who beats Alex Damon. And, I've made some crazy calls before, and those crazy calls have been correct. But this match is
incorrect.
Also incorrect.
But more likely than not, I've been correct more
Rachel
times than I've been wrong.
beating John Roca, anyone?
Yeah.
Again, more times I've been correct than I've been incorrect. I guarantee if you look back through all the tape, you'll see that I've been correct more times than
honestly, wrong. Nico, it doesn't matter how many times you were correct or you weren't correct. The thing is, you once again are going against everyone, essentially, with this one. And we'll see if it pays off at Spectacular. Chris and I disagree with you. That's the fact. We think Alex Damon will win. You think Laura Kelly will win. We'll see in a few weeks' time.
And in fairness, are we saying this to crap on Laura? No.
No.
Did we just see what she just did? Yes, she's phenomenal.
Yeah.
But she doesn't have half of the experience that Damon has. Now, granted, could Damon have a bad game? Of course. But could Damon pull a Dan Merlin, pull a perfect title defense? Yes. Who the hell knows?
We don't know.
But
it's all speculation.
It's all speculation. And by all means, I'm happy to speculate that, and here, just to placate to Nico's personal desire, and that is to see the new guard just come in and wreck everyone's shop to make all the experienced players look old and tired. Cool, that'd be fun. I don't see it happening though, but that's me personally, just based on statistics, based on how these people have performed in the past. Because you know who I really wanted to win at Celebration? I really wanted Scrimshaw to win. But who didn't win that? Scrimshaw.
Oh.
So, that's why, frankly speaking, when it comes to the more niche trivia stuff, like Inner Geekdom and Star Wars, I'm kind of done trying to call what's going to happen at Spectacular. Because, there comes a point where these questions get so deep cut and so, refined. It's just
by the way, I just looked up the 5-pointer that Andrew had. The answer was the 12th moon of Yout. Are you kidding me? Who remembers that? I have seen this movie at least 10 times for both studying purposes and the fact that I kind of like it. And I usually include it in my Clone Wars rewatch. So you just include it as
of course.
But who knows the 12th moon of Yout? No one does. That is how impossible the question was. So, hey, those questions can definitely trip up anyone, even Alex Damon, I feel. So, if Alex gets bad luck and gets a type of question like that, yes, he could definitely lose the title at Spectacular. There is a possibility. But I just think that his overall knowledge, his gameplay plan for the match, his ability to just know everything about Star Wars because his channel is called Star Wars.
And literally, and I hate to play that card, but that's what's made him virtually unbeatable, is Star Wars Explained. I mean, literally. Nico, if you were to, let's say, leave dedicated art and run just a wrestling, a wrestling network, or a wrestling channel, you would literally be unbeatable in wrestling trivia.
Yeah, because you are involved with it every day of your life, especially if it's a big channel where people interact with you, they throw stuff back. Like maybe you're doing a video, you don't remember something, someone will comment it, you will remember. That's how I feel that Alex is in the position of being essentially unbeatable, and he's shown that he's shown to be human here and there. but not a lot. He's pretty robotic in his answering. So
I mean, hell, he missed Dane Jeer at Chicago.
Yeah, he did.
The background question. The question that I somehow got.
Yeah, so like it's possible. We'll just have to wait and see. And yeah, speaking about the female competitor, so far, yeah, she's the only one, and that's good. But yeah, unfortunately, well, Bateman versus Bibiani is going to face Paul, so that's 2 matches already. Mike Kalinowski is going to face Chandru or Smets, so we have this. But teams, it's possible. You don't know who will win, who will do well. And I mean, a very favorite team of yours, Time Machine, I mean, has a shot, you know?
I'd say it's a very solid shot.
Very, very, very much indeed. And before we finish this up, we should mention one more thing. We now have the first official match announced for the 2020 season.
Yeah.
Mara Kanapik gets her rematch, or gets her obligated title shot.
But does she? Because it seems like she was more interested in pizza and China steak.
That was for entertainment. She got what she wanted. She's getting the match. She will either face Kalinowski again, or she'll face one of the new bruisers in Smets or Chandru.
Either way, that'll be an extremely insane match.
Either way, it'll be fantastic and amazing. Although, selfishly speaking, I do want the trilogy to come to an end. Like this is the one reason I would actually be okay with Mike defending the belt. Because sure, I've been banging the drum all year. I want Smets to take the belt. But if Mike defends as Spectacular, then this is the kind of title defense I want to freaking see.
For me, it's like I like all of these competitors. I mean, Mike Kalinowski is one of my favorite competitors. Smets has become quickly one of my favorite competitors, and Chandru is also great. So I don't mind who wins the number 1 contender match. I don't mind who wins the title match. But yeah, as you say, I kind of want Mike Mara again to actually finish it off and have a definitive winner, because it's 1-1 at this moment.
And even if she wins the title in Brooklyn and Mike ends up losing it at the Spectacular,
and they face each other again.
It's going to happen at some point. The third match is going to happen. It's just a matter of sooner or later.
Yeah,
exactly. So, guys, I think with that said, this was the reaction. Please like the video. Let us know anything in the comments. Yada. That you thought. Like, what are your predictions for Spectacular? What is going to happen? And what did you think about this match? Let us know in the comments. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And Nico, plug yourself.
Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, at Nico Suave Regolia, or just Nico Suave with 4 random English numbers at the end on Discord. I still promise Instagram, Snapchat, LinkedIn coming soon. Combat Wrestling Trivia on Facebook, Combat Wrestling Network on YouTube. The poorly made Twitter handle is at Combat Wrestling, the number 2. There's no letter G. I am the TMG Entertainment Chokeslam Wrestling Debate Champion of the World. Of course, right here on Dedicated to Art and all the places these two gentlemen will say in just a moment. Hashtag Trivia for Thon 2. Promo video coming soon.
Indeed. Chris, book yourself.
You guys can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, Stardust, Letterboxd, and Discord at Skywalker Domain. You guys can follow this very channel on Twitter and Instagram at D2A Channel. Please like our Facebook page, join our Facebook group. And, Who Cares Anime Podcast. We just talked about Disney live-action remakes. Go check that episode out wherever you get your favorite podcasts. And, Nico, you and I have a pretty big match coming up in fandom teams, don't we?
I don't think we can say who we're facing just yet.
That's fine. All right, fine. Then here, let me reset that up. Okay. And Nico, this year was a great year for Team Dedicated to Art in the Fandom Team Summer Series. And if I'm not mistaken, after the Arkham Knights have their next title defense, we have an unnamed opponent right now lined up for a number 1 contenders match. So we can possibly go for those belts one more time before the end of the year.
Yes, that is the plan. That is the plan. If we win whichever team we're facing against in this number 1 contender match, we are at the very least scheduled to face the champs at King's Day.
Should be fun.
Let's do this.
And guys, speaking of Fan League matches that we're in, I was very recently, as I mentioned earlier, in a Star Wars Rebels match against Nico and Jay Burns over at Full Metal Trivia, Full Metal Random Star Wars Rebels match. Look it up. It was a fun match. I was happy with it. I am also in the Star Wars division at Movie Trivia Face Off whenever we get that match recorded, because I've been announced and I'm just waiting for it to get recorded. But look out for that when we finally get to it. And of course, follow me at Dutch Movie Guy on Twitter, Case Cornelius on Facebook and Letterboxd. Check out our Resistance reviews every Sunday/Monday. Whenever we get the review up, we review Star Wars Resistance because it's a great show that ties into the sequel trilogy. And I think that's all I can say. So with that said, guys, until our next video, take care.
Yeah.